What is something Americans consider basic that feels like a luxury in other countries? Disability infrastructure. Nearly every public building and space is handicap accessible. Australia is decent too. Europe and Asia is trying to catch up with newly built buildings, but so much of their cities are so old that it's not feasible to retrofit them with wheelchair ramps and accessible bathrooms. Edit. Spelling. Air conditioning. Driving etiquette. People in the US bitch about how their city/region/state has the worst drivers and traffic and will remark about how unsafe roads are here. Having been to other countries, I can safely say that US drivers and roads are positively benign. When you drive in East Asia, Southeast Asia, and even parts of Europe, you are entering into a real-life Mad Max/Frogger situation. Little things that are pretty ubiquitous in the US but rare in even more developed countries. Garbage disposal, automatic garage door openers, somewhat dishwashers. What countries are we talking about here? People saying sitting toilets and clean water are thinking about very specific countries and regions. I honestly think that cheap gas is probably to the best answer, and maybe multi-bathroom households. A big washer and a big dryer. Handicapped accessibility. Seriously, if you travel, you will quickly realize that just assuming that wheelchairs, strollers, etc. can go basically wherever does not hold up in much of the world. Free soda refills at most restaurants. Kick-ass clothes dryers that completely dry a full load of clothes in approximately 20 minutes. Even I still think that's amazing. Ice. I live in Arizona. Air conditioning is essential for life. I definitely don't set it at 74. I kind of like it set at 81 or 82F. A cursory glance at this comment section show a really great thing. America has so much to be thankful for. It's currently kinda in the middle of a hot mess, but it can and should shake it off. Multiple bathrooms. The median US home has 2.25 bathrooms, with new constructions having an average of 2.6. In comparison, the average Australian home at best will have one shared bathroom and soot for the master bedroom. And basic American grocery store in some countries would be a luxurious experience. Clothes dryer machines seemed pretty uncommon in every country I've been to. I've never understood why so many European windows don't have insect screens. It's not like there are no bugs. I'm not American. I'm Scottish. But could having a garbage disposal and a massive fridge possibly be seen as basic in the US, but a luxury in other countries? I wish I had the space in my flat for a big American fridge, but I don't think I would use a garbage disposal. Consistent, moderately safe electricity and grids. Having an AC. Water heaters, at least the big whole house ones. When I visited my wife's family in Thailand for the first time, I was surprised that they only had a small electric water heater for the shower. It also felt sort of sketchy to have something electric in the shower. Having a car despite calling yourself bankrupt. Huge parking lots and backyards. I am mildly fascinated by how celebrities, public figures, and influencers, i.e. people who make a living by being in the public eye, can almost live in any area in your country. From New York to LA to Montana. Then I saw a map of your transportation networks. You take for granted what becomes possible when it's easy to travel and move things around. Pharmacies that give you the actual drugs you paid for. Not having to ask friends/locals to figure out which pharmacies are legit is truly amazing. Legal weed in most states. Here in Japan, it's super illegal and basically life-ending if you get caught with even a minuscule amount. If you're a Japanese citizen, you'll lose your job, become unhireable, and get your face plastered on a bunch of news reports. Usually for the first offense you can get by with a suspended sentence, but the damage is done. If you're a foreigner, you're deported and banned for life.